곧 내가 타고 다니는 건 달고 가는 댕 같아 진리의 격하랑 때문에 애가 타 이럴 때 보면 나도 살기보단 생존하기 바 평소가 작아지는 마음 속에 피어나줬으면 해 한 송이의 평화 진흙탕 속의 연화 아직 붙잡아두고 싶은 꿈 높고 힘든 삶의 능선에서 때론 포기하고 싶은 꿈 너와 천천히 오래 걷고 싶어 until the end of time 지금 난 간절히 원해 한 조각의 피자만
From make the 6 straight jump from SoCal Hollywood to the slums get burnt by the California sun on the west side East Coast where you at just got to New York like a net on a jet to London to Brazil.
Welcome to 2KU. In this video we're going to show you how to play My Team. To start, let's head over to the manage
you represent when we come to your dance. Getting with the business, I'ma be there in a minute. I just booked a Paris ticket, thinking Russia need a visit. I'ma run it to the limit, and me on my way to Venice. LA got the people saying, Brooklyn saying, ASEAN saying, Vegas saying, Rio saying, Tokyo down under saying, Miami saying, Jamaica. Every city, every state, every country you know, all around the globe. Every city, every state, every country you know, this is how it goes. Tell them where I'm at, from the plaque to the everything fat, got muzzled on a track. My girls all stacked. When I roll down the window, let me know where you at. Atlanta, North, South, Kekalak, Texas, Grill, Cadillacs, through Miami, then back to London, Jamaica, then France. The whole world took effect to fart. Tell them, lay back, slow down, better represent when we come to your town. So lay back, slow down, what you represent when we come to your dance. Getting with the business when I come from Kansas City, hit Manila till it's Christmas out to India. Visit Puerto Rico, is this visit, bring my people back to Venice. LA got the people saying, Moscow
2K Sports pregame show.
And thank you for joining us on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. This NBA season didn't take long to get interesting, but these two gentlemen have always captured our interest. Say hello to Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Hello, Kenny.
Hey, how are you?
Hello, Shaq. Tonight, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Miami Heat at American Airlines Arena. Looking at Miami, a win tonight would make it 3 victories in their first 4 games of the season. That would be a nice little run to start the year. Kyle Korver, one of the league's premier shooters, as we all know. A lot of guys can make the claim, but his numbers indicate that he is the best shooter in the league. Kenny, is he?
Best shooter in the league off the catch. Maybe not off the dribble.
Miami, Florida, that is our setting as you look at the lovely sunset view of downtown Miami. Greetings, everyone. You've got it live on Tuesday night coverage of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. Last outing for Atlanta unsuccessful. The loss to the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah, they were able to keep it close for the most part, but you could just tell they were not in sync as a unit.
Greg, you're exactly right. It couldn't have been worse, in my opinion. They didn't look fresh at any point in the game. Just seemed to be flat and listless, no spark.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court for Atlanta, Cephaloshin is out there with Paul Millsap. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Splitter, and it's Korver in at the shooting guard.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Just some amazing stats put up by Chris Bosh early in his career, but having been in the shadow of LeBron and D. Wade over the past few seasons, one wonders if Bosh is now a little bit underrated. He's talented and gives you everything you want from the power forward spot.
Now here's Dragic. He's guarded by Schroeder. Bosh. Millsap grabs the miss. The Miami Heat comes into this one following a loss to the Rockets.
And you know what? A shame that either team had to lose that game because you had to be proud of the way they battled in it.
Yeah, I suppose that's right, but it still was heartbreaking to me. You hate to lose in OT, no matter how hard you played. You want to come out on top if you're going to play those extra minutes.
Splitter with no one around. And good. He got the English that time as it falls. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Earlier I was able to catch up with Mike Budenholzer. A big factor in today's game, he said, is how they are able to handle Chris Bosh. He said often in games, Bosh is the X factor with his ability to gather rebounds and finish off chances inside. In order to keep him from dominating the fight on the glass, they'll have to match his intensity every step of the way. Guys?
Thanks a lot, Doris. 4-on-3 break. Here's Schroeder, and it's Miami with the rebound. And here we go with Dang running it up the floor. Wade gets the bucket.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Now here's Schroeder. High arcing shot. Bosh grabs the miss. For Miami, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Good! Wade's got his second basket of the night.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
Clark, one thing about the Hawks last year is they were very strong on the road, as you could have guessed.
Yeah, but Kevin, they struggled a little bit down the stretch on the road, but still managed to have the best road record in the East.
And how about that road record for the Hawks? 25-16 last season. 9 of those wins came during that 19-game winning streak in early 2015.
Boy, you look at the Hawks, and they seem to be built to play on the road because they can survive a player having an off game. They're so deep and versatile. Team basketball is a lot less prone to go cold when you're on the road.
And the one thing Thiago Splitter gives you every year, Clark, is consistency. The numbers, the effort, the results, all very familiar every year.
Yeah, his game is really built on the intangibles. He hustles. He knows where he's supposed to be. He gets to the right spot at the right time, crashes the boards, takes charges. He does all the little stuff.
And for Thiago Splitter, he's been a relatively unsung player in his career, never getting his number called on offense, receiving little recognition from the media, but providing tough defense in the post. He shot over 55%, crashes the boards in the 20 minutes or so a game that he gets. So that's been good enough to really establish a productive career.
Dang kicks to Whiteside. The kick out to Dang. Here's Dragic from outside. Rebounded by Korver. The Hawks have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway.
You know, getting back to Splitter, yes, you need superstars to win in this league, but you also need guys like him, guys who put the team first, will bust the gut to carry out their responsibilities on the floor, off the court, and in the locker room. You need all of that to be a championship team.
Here is Splitter after the made shot from Dwayne Wade. Now here's Schroeder. He's covered closely to the paint. Here's Millsap. Here's Splitter. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
Outside Dang. Lets it go from the wing. Again, the Heat good for 2.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Well, I tell you, Luol Deng is not exceptional in any one area, but really doesn't have any weaknesses either. I think he's been one of the most complete small forwards over the past decade in the league.
And a new group in for the Heat. Stoudemire's checked in for Whiteside. Johnson comes in for Chris Bosh. Winslow's checked in for Luol Deng. And it's Richardson in for Dwayne Wade. A minute 42 left to play in the first quarter. Hardaway against Richardson. Hardaway to Bazemore. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Stoudemire kicks to Winslow. The three-pointer no good. The Hawks trailing. Teague dishes to Hardaway. Baseline J on the way. The shot is off. Good work defensively by Stoudemire. Outside Dragic. The 3. That's good. Dragic has got 6.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Feeds to Bazemore. They set the pick. Pick by Humphries. And stolen by Richardson. In transition, here comes Miami. Richardson's running. Pass to Winslow. And there's another one for the Heat.
They got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
It's been a complete technical dominant performance out here. They are in a zone.
Now here's Teague. He's coming off a 10-point game against Charlotte.
And don't forget about his playmaking in that game either. I mean, he did a great job of attacking the D and creating opportunities for both himself and his teammates.
A nice shot by Winslow.
Their defense just hasn't been able to slow them down.
And that's a big reason why they're trailing, surrendering too many easy baskets.
Scott kicks to Teague. Hardaway from outside. Can't get it to go.
And I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the 3, but he just couldn't get it to go.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. It's the Heat. They finish off the first quarter with an energy burst, a 19-5 run. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. More tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And let's quickly break down the game we've been seeing from the Heat, guys.
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
Yeah, and, you know, it's been a tempo that they like, and they're getting some easy buckets in transition here.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. We've got Dennis Schroeder, Paul Millsap out there with Kent Bazemore. And there's Teague, and it's Humphries in at the 5. Millsap misses.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Well, we know until last season the Heat had been the kings of the Southeast Division. They won 4 straight division titles, but all of that changed last season.
Now Richardson following the miss by Chris Bosh from deep. Wade outside, and McRoberts kicks to Bosh. Fast break, the Hawks. Here's Millsap. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
Now that's a momentum shifter there. A steal leading straight to a quick bucket.
Yeah, and a great way, Clark, to capitalize on the turnover. Don't waste any time. Get the ball right up the court.
The Heat struggled in their own division last year, ended up 3rd in the group, but went a measly 6-10 in conference play.
And listen, they knew it was going to be difficult without LeBron, and especially with the injuries they faced. The Heat still have the most division titles among the Southeast teams with 7. They need to work hard, though, to add to that mark in coming years.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
And for Chris Humphries, last year was a chance to sign with a playoff contender. The Wizards turned out to be even more than that, with the 4th best record in the East. And Humphries helped them to get there, averaging about 6.5 boards per game.
Luol Deng is checked in for the Heat. Atlanta also making some changes here. Splitter's checked in for Humphries. Cephalosha comes in for Kent Bazemore. And it's Korver in for Teague. Here's Cephalosha. Following the score by Miami. Millsap a screen. And he jams it with authority.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Getting back to Humphries, he was rolling pretty good last season, but a late season groin injury, Clark, cost him the final 16 games.
Yeah, terribly disappointing for Chris because he had become an important part of that front court rotation. He was up to almost 20 minutes a game before he went down.
And here's Korver after Dwayne Wade hitting the 3. Korver passes to Schroeder. He dishes it to Millsap. Korver kicks to Splitter, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling. These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. 4 of the last 5 makes coming from long range. And what a year last year for the Hawks. And what a job they did in their division. So many people thought Washington or Miami would run away with the Southeast. But the Hawks took that division by storm.
Whiteside's checked in for Josh McRoberts.
Hassan Whiteside.
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Schroeder passes to Millsap. Fires it up. It's deflected.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
For the Hawks, it was the first time they have won their division in 21 years. Hard to believe, Clark, given how often they're in the playoffs.
And, you know, the last time they won their division, it was when they were in the Central back in '94. Just another great moment for what was an incredible season for the Hawks last year.
So it's Miami now, following the bucket by the Hawks. And here's Bosh for 3. Korver with the defensive effort. The Hawks trail by 13. To the left wing. Wade brings the double team. Millsap dishes to Korver. And the layup's good off the glass. Korver's got his second basket of the game.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And it's good. Walk through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line. It's going to send Chris Bosh to the free throw line. Paul Millsap picks one up. making some changes here for the Heat. Joe Johnson, he's checked in for Dang. And it's Dragic in for Richardson. Atlanta also making some changes here. Mike Scott comes in for Paul Millsap. And Hardaway is subbed in for Kyle Korver.
And the Miami Heat have finished in the top 2 spots or better in each of the years the big 3 were in town. Last season that changed as they would end up 10th in that Eastern Conference.
Here's Johnson. Basket is good. The assist from Bosh.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Now here's Hardaway. Here's Scott. Scott missing again. Wade kicks to Bosh. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Bosh has got 8 points.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
And it's Dragic with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Miami. Stoudemire comes in for Hassan Whiteside. And Winslow subbed in for Chris Bosh. And then for Atlanta, Chris Humphries has checked in for Splitter. Ken Bazemore comes in for Cephalosha. And it's Teague in for Dennis Schroeder. There's a minute left in the first half. Teague kicks to Hardaway. Misses off the right iron.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat, folks. They've been more determined than their opponent thus far.
Outside, Scott. There's a good screen. And Bazemore kicks to Hardaway. Humphries with a screen on Wade. Inside, looking to end the run. And the dunk by Humphries.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
From deep, Johnson. The rebound by Humphries. To the middle. Bazemore gets the bucket. Bazemore's got his second bucket tonight.
Crafty pass work there, getting it down low for the easy deuce.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Heat lead by 16. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Dwayne, it certainly looks as if you guys are having plenty of fun out here tonight. Tell us a little bit about that first half. It looked like a track meet.
Yeah, it's a lot of up and back. Close out the paint, close out the three-point shooter, get the ball out, go. So, this is one of those games that you enjoy to play.
Thank you for the time, sir. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris, and we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what a show being put on here for the home fans tonight. I'm Ernie Johnson. So it's Miami who's out on top at the half. They're leading by 16. Kenny?
Well, they were dishing out dimes left and right, and the guys were finishing strong. As a team, they seem to be always thinking, always looking for the best shot. If they keep sharing the ball.
And time now to send you back down to the floor with Kevin Harlan. We will see you after the game.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. Dwayne Wade really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
I agree. I mean, whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense is giving him and not trying to do too much. Very much playing within himself.
Dang and Bosh are small and power forwards. Dragic is joined in the backcourt by Wade, and it's Whiteside in at the center, filling out the middle. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with. And, of course, Chris Bosh has been such a prolific scorer and rebounder in his career. He's not quite in the 2010 category for his career, But boy, Greg, he's close.
Yeah, I mean, good athleticism, that big wingspan, and not an overly physical player, but very instinctive on the backboard. And when it comes to scoring, particularly from that mid-range area, he can do it all. Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break really gave him a second win.
Millsap a screen. Schroeder passes to Splitter. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Doubled by Bosch. Elbow shot is on the way. And that one goes long.
On the topic of Chris Bosh, I mean, guys, he was a 24-11 player his last season with Toronto. Went on to Miami to win rings where his stats dipped a bit with LeBron there. Then last season, the scoring average right back up to 21 a game.
Atlanta calls timeout.
Talking about Chris Bosh, he was really ahead of his time when he first entered the league. I mean, very few power forwards back then had his combination of size, agility, and skill set. Now we're seeing a ton of fours like that on draft night.
Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Cephalosha, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
That's his second personal foul.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Cephalosha.
Free throw good, Cephalosha. Cephalosha hits both of them. Certainly the biggest surprise last year, Clark, was the play of the Atlanta Hawks. Few would have picked them to win the East at the start of the season.
Well, they did it, and they earned it. The Hawks didn't have any superstars on their roster, but they won with solid team play.
.90 seconds now into the second half. To the right side. Back to Dragic. Dang for 3. No good. So the Hawks will take it the other way.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
That one goes. Count it. And it's 6 points in the game for Kyle Korver.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Now here's Dragic. He's got 11. Whiteside dishes to Dang. Back to Whiteside. Pulls up. High post. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. And the Heat lead by 20.
Didn't have any problem knocking that one down. Another defensive lapse leading to 2 more.
Schroeder kicks to Splitter. Got a piece of it. And here we go. Wade heading to the hoop. It's stolen by Korver. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Splitter with a screen on Deng. Here's Schroeder. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Schroeder's got 4 this quarter.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them.
Wade passes to Bosch. Rebound by the Hawks. And this is their first time matched up with this year's Heat team.
And they were unbeaten against this club last season. Not surprising considering where they both finished in the standings.
Yeah, it's really plain as pound cake. They're the better team. I mean, they'll look to prove it again here tonight.
Shot clock at 6. Schroeder kicks to Korver. Millsap has the open look. They get the rebound. Splitter, the layup off target.
You know what? His finishing ability, not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force.
Joe Johnson, he's checked in for Miami. Richardson comes in for Dwayne Wade. Atlanta also making some changes here. Mike Scott's checked in for Splitter. Ken Bazemore comes in for Cephalosha. And it's Teague in for Dennis Schroeder. The Hawks trail by 18. Outside Teague. Korver gets a wide open look. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
And look, Joe Johnson last season, not his best statistically, but boy, did he show some heart. I mean, he was one of the catalysts for Brooklyn making the playoffs, especially when Brook Lopez returned healthy and the two could play off of one another.
The Heat leading by 16. Richardson dishes to Johnson. Back to Richardson. Outside Dang. Pulls up. Miami no good on that time either. Talking about Joe Johnson, I'm not going to lie. Last year wasn't one of his best statistically, Clark. His shooting accuracy was on the low end. His turnover numbers were high. It wasn't very pretty.
But for Joe, Kevin, I don't think it was about the numbers last year. It was about wanting to compete and to win. And he's developed a champion's will over the years. And I would like to see him finally achieve his goal of maybe winning the championship. I think he deserves it. He's been consistent. He's been solid. And now you see some maturation with him as well.
That's good from Richardson. And the Heat with some changes. Stoudemire's checked in for Whiteside. And Winslow subbed in for Luol Deng. Atlanta also making some changes here. Humphreys comes in for Paul Millsap. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Kyle Korver. And Richardson drops them both. 1:36 left to play in the third.
The Hawks call timeout.
Atlanta calls timeout.
And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because it looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
.131 left in the third quarter. Humphreys the pass to Hardaway. And that one comes up a bit short.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
Well, they say you should shoot your way out of it, but his teammates probably have other thoughts in mind. The last thing they want to see him doing is continuing to cast that jumper up. The defense has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
And I'd be interested to know just how many of these attempts have come from inside of 5 feet.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Heat.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Now here's Teague. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Scott with a screen on Richardson. Bazemore for three. That drops and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. Hardaway has got his fourth assist with that last one here tonight. The Heat leading by 18. Johnson goes in. Misses from close range. Hawks have gone to even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. Stoudemire against Teague. Off the mark with the little step back Johnny. Miami's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Winslow wide open. He fires. Drills it from outside. Winslow's got 8 points.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Got a piece of it. Dragic kicks to Johnson. Now Winslow. He's got 8. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Winslow's got 5 points in the quarter. Inside. Dragic. The shot is off. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. It's the Heat just dominating this one. Just a second. But join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter. Next. Quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. So it's Atlanta now. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. On the court for Atlanta, Paul Millsap out there with Splitter. Then there's Kyle Korver. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Cephalosha in at the 3 slot. Now here's Bosch. Following the miss by Paul Millsap. The reverse. Whiteside, good. Whiteside's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Miami. The Hawks shooting in this game 45%. To the inside. Splitter, that's good.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
The Heat leading by 23. Now, here's Wade. Down low. And Bosch gets it to go on the assist by Wade. And that's 13 points for Chris Bosch.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
And that one's good. Schroeder.
And that's what you like to see right there. A solid move to give himself some room and take it inside.
Wade with it. Now defended by Korver. Wade against Korver. Wade kicks to Whiteside. And stolen by Splitter. Millsap up top. The pull-up. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
And you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game. And one thing that I know a lot of fans are worried about it is NBA jerseys with ads on them. It's something the NBA has explored more in-depth recently and would be another stream of revenue for the league.
A different look for Miami. Josh McRoberts comes in for Chris Bosch. And it's Johnson in for Goran Dragic. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Wade kicks to McRoberts. Wade dishes to Whiteside. On the wing, Johnson. 5 on the clock. Again, the miss by the Heat. And with the ads on the jerseys, it isn't something that would sit well with the fans probably, but around the globe, almost every other league in the world has ads on their jerseys.
You know, the NBA has shown that they're willing to try new things with jerseys, much like they've looked at other issues. It started with the sleeve jerseys, and advertisements is just another area they're exploring.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Dang up top. Patterson defending. Dang kicks to Wade. Dang passes to Whiteside. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. A second chance effort, and Dang with the lay-in.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Got a hand on it. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession. The Heat making a switch here. Dragic is checked in. And the Hawks making a change here. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. And stolen by Whiteside. Oh, and here comes Dragic all alone. Deflects the pass. Millsap with the steal. Splitter dishes to Schroeder. There's the double team from Whiteside. It's stolen. Outside Dang. Shoots the 3. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. And it's 9 points for Luol Deng.
Add another triple to their second half total.
They came out of the break just dropping bombs and just are not letting up at all.
Now here's Schroeder.
And for a long time in the NBA, the stretch four was kind of the anomaly and not the standard. Now it seems that you are the rare power forward if you can't hit a three. Very few traditional power forwards now in the NBA.
Chris Bosh has checked in for Josh McRoberts. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Teague's checked in. Teague with the ball. He's guarded by Dragic. Millsap kicks to Splitter. Miami grabs the miss. Bosh has got his 4th rebound in this one. With the stretch four and the need for shooting at the position, they don't need to be a three-point threat, but they do need to be able to hit a mid-range jump shot.
Yeah, well said. I think you need to have guys that can make perimeter shots to create spacing. The game's evolving to a space out the floor type game, and shot making gives you a chance to do that. You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
Dang passes to Wade. He just cannot miss. 8 up, 8 in. Flawless.
This is some kind of performance we're seeing from him today. He has yet to miss a shot.
In the corner, Cephalosha with it. Drills the three-pointer.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Miami.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3.
And it's always nice to get win number 1 against an opponent you'll be seeing a total of 4 times over the course of the year. They really set the tone tonight for their season series against the Hawks.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Bosh. You look at the energy he brought on both ends of it, and it's easy to see why he was a difference maker. And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
Now here is Hardaway.
Miami foul call. Richardson. That's his first personal foul.
There's 49 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Bazemore for 3. Stoudemire grabs the board. And it's Miami's ball. Richardson for 3. And the Heat, another 3.
That one will seal the deal there. They've exploded here at the end.
Boy, I love the serious killer instinct they've shown, finishing strong.
Now, here's Scott. Hardaway with it. Now guarded by Winslow. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
Sure can, because they've earned the win.
McRoberts down low. Defended by Scott. Dragic dishes to McRoberts. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
That's his second personal foul. Josh McRoberts. 2.
That free throw good from McRoberts. And so McRoberts nails both of them. Five seconds left in the 4th quarter. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
Yeah, they were the superior team in every department, in every category to me, Kevin. I know their fans loved it and appreciated it.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, guys, I'm here with Goran Dragic. And Goran, what a nice show the team put on for your fans tonight.
Yeah, great game for us, for our fans. They were amazing. This kind of games is really enjoying to play, and we are hustling on every play, defense and offense, and I'm really happy that we won that game.
You enjoyed it, and we enjoyed it. Thank you, Goran. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And standing by for the postgame show, let's head over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Chris Bosh. What you like about his performance, Shaq?
Boom, boom, boom. That's right, Ernie. Instruments. This guy was instrumental tonight in making sure they avoided a second straight loss. They needed somebody to step up tonight, and he was their guy.
He shot over 50% from the field in the game, a testament to how hard he worked to always find the best look possible. He was in constant motion. He found those gaps in the D and made the most of his open looks.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.